Namaste, everybody. Today we're inside. The sky is looking ominous and there's a storm about to hit in an hour. So, karibuni to your mat. Nestle in and make yourself comfortable. Bring your hands into Chin Mudra. And close your eyes. And feel the balance of stability and relaxation in your body. Notice the rhythm of your breath. And the parts of your body that move to accommodate the breath. Become aware of your mental state today. Is there any mood present? An internal monologue playing? Just notice that when you pay attention to the mind, you break that spell of being lost in thought. Be in this present moment. One common thing about the traditional yoga is they have the common denominator of being a moksha shastra. Yoga is a liberation teaching. And if we look at Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, one of the canonical texts of this practice, you can see the first sutras. We have Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That's the Sanskrit, and in English it roughly translates to yoga is to stop the fluctuations of the mind. In the third verse, Pada drashtu svarupam avashtanam. It means, so the seer can abide in its own true nature. So the yoga is to cessate the thoughts, the fluctuations of mind, so that the seer, the observer, the true you, can abide in your own true nature. And so like this, it is a teaching of liberation, of self-realization. To liberate ourselves from our limited notion of being. Ask yourself, does this yoga practice help you see some of your unconscious patterns and beliefs? Does it help you let go of some of your unconscious patterns and beliefs? Does it help you practice forming new ones, which are aligned with self-realization? At the beginning of our practice, we set our sankalpa, the personal resolve that represents you at your highest spiritual self. With the voice of your mind, repeat that sankalpa 3 times. And let the sankalpa fill the body and it reach the hands and the mouth so that your words and deeds are in alignment with your sankalpa. Bring your arms into cactus. Flare the fingers. Bastrika pranayam. On an inhale through the nose, we'll reach the arms up. Flare the fingers. Exhale, making a fist, bringing the elbows down to the side waist. Breath is in and out of the nose. Inhale to begin. Keep breathing. Be equal in the right and left side. Look into Chitta Kasha, the closed eye space. And be the observer of your experience. Experience your breath and the sensations in your body. Last 10. Three, 2, 1. Relax your hands in Chin Mudra. Notice any heat that's been created or any tingling. Let the sensory experience be the object of your attention. Open your eyes and come into a squat pose. Press the elbows into the legs, centering yourself here in this malasana. Erect your spine. I will mirror you. Take your left hand down to the mat, either in a cup shape or flat, and press the left arm into the left leg. Pull the right arm up, twisting your spine. Option 2, take the right arm behind you and make a bind, the fingers grabbing each other. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Feel the parts of your body that are moving to accommodate the breath. Be open to the full experience. You are the observer. If you're in option 2, release the bind. Come back to option 1. Everyone return to the center malasana. Second side. Press your right arm into the right leg. Lift the left arm up. Revolve your torso more. Revolving to the left. Option 2, bind the fingers behind you. All options, keep your chest open and close your eyes. And come into stillness. Notice that tendency towards fidgeting. And just resolve to be completely still. Option 2, bring your arms back up to option 1. Everyone, center your malasana. Look to the front of the mat, downward facing dog. Close your eyes. Scoop the lower belly in. Point the tailbone up. Try to root the heels down more. They don't need to touch the mat. Straighten your elbows. Press the body back. And be still. Still the mind. Lift your left leg up to the sky, as if you're in standing splits. Look forward. Take that left foot forward. Keep the right heel lifted. Sweep your arms up to the sky for Alanasana. Flare the fingers apart. Revolve your torso to the left. Take the left elbow to the outside of the front leg. Bring your hands into prayer and twist. Lengthen your spine here. Press the palms together. Take your torso away from the inner thigh. Take your shoulders away from the ears. Strengthen the right glute and straighten the right knee. Relax your jaw. Keep the arms like this and bring the right knee down. Right shoelaces down. Undo your twist. Interlace your fingers behind you. Pull the knuckles down towards the mat. They don't need to touch there, but if they do, also fine. Lift the base of your ribs up and pull the shoulder blades together. This is challenging. Notice how your mind is reacting. Do you want to get out of this pose? The posture begins the moment you want to get out. Now inhale, come back to a straight spine. Exhale, hands down. Hook the right toes under. Downward facing dog. Feel the difference between your right and left hip. Breathe yourself back to neutrality. Same thing on the second side. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Push your weight back. Ballerina the right foot. Gaze to the front of the mat. Step the right foot there. Keep the left heel lifted. And sweep your arms up to the sky. As the arms reach up, elongate the spine. Revolve your torso to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of the leg. Parivrita, twisting. Notice all of the little movements that are happening at your ankles to sustain this balance. As the body recalibrates itself to keep its balance. Still your mind. Notice the thoughts that keep cropping up. Bring the left knee down and the shoelaces down. Undo your twist. Remember the way you interlaced your fingers and do the opposite grip. Pull the knuckles down. Pull the sternum up. The pelvis is heavy. Let it sink down. Feel how that opens your left hip flexor. Pull the shoulder blades even more together. Let go of any tension in your mouth. Breathe in to straighten out the spine. Breathe out, hands down. And just let go. Left toes, hook them under. Lift that knee. Downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step your feet there. Take your peace sign fingers. Grab the big toes. Padangustasana. Bend the elbows to the side and try to pull the crown of your head down towards the mat. Tilt your pelvis so the sitting bones point up. Move your rib cage towards the frontal thighs. Be broad in the shoulder girdle. Breathe into the side ribs. Release the finger grip from the toes. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come to stand up with a strong back. Once you arrive, hands to Namaskar. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Come back to composure. For standing one-legged, balancing, Uttita Hasta Padangustasana. I will mirror you. Left peace fingers, hook the big toe, just like the last posture. And this is option 1. Balancing here, you'll get 100% benefit from the pose. Option 2, start to extend the left leg and the right arm out. The knees can stay bent, or you can move towards straight. Keep your eyes down at one point. Broaden the chest. Strengthen the right glute. The right leg and glute are supporting all of your weight above. And again, notice how the right leg is constantly moving to recalibrate your balance. Even though the body is moving, be quiet in your mind. Slowly take the left leg forward and try to hold it there, bringing your hands to the hips. Point the left foot to you. Strong left quad. Slowly lower this leg down. Bring your hands into prayer. Namaskarasana. Close your eyes. And notice how different the right and left side feel. Second side. Release your arms. Right hand, make the peace sign and grab its big toe. Option 1. Option 2. You're using your muscles here. We need to fuel those muscles with oxygen. Make room for the lungs by increasing your thoracic cavity. Make the rib cage wide, buoyant. Notice if you're clenching in the jaw. Bring more strength to the left leg and glutes. And don't forget to breathe as you balance. Right leg come forward. Hold it there. Bring your hands to your hips. Go for strength here. Notice the moment you want to get out. That's when it starts. That's when we practice our even-mindedness. Slowly release. Namaskarasana. Feel your new legs. From the top of the mat, step the right foot far back, wide apart. Make wings and swan dive down into your forward fold. With each breath, let the spine lengthen and let the head fall. If your head is very far from the mat, bring your feet wider apart. If your head is touching the mat, bring the feet closer together for the further challenge. Now look at your left shin. Interlace your fingers around that calf and try to pull your forehead towards that shin. Be strong in the arms. Release back to center and hang out for a breath. Look at your right shin. Opposite interlaced grip. Put your hands on that calf and pull your head towards the shin. Try not to bend this knee. Micro bend is fine, but you're aiming at bringing deep stretch into the back leg. Exhale, release, hang out in your center. Looking down, bring the knees down so that they're really wide apart and the feet are pointing outwards. Mandukasana, the frog pose. Now take, if you can, the elbows down and bring your hands into prayer. If you want to rest the arms down, you can. I'm just taking my thumbs and just massaging around the orbits of my eyes, putting some pressure there on that acupressure point. Now the intensity comes in this pose from bringing your seat back. You're going to feel this in your hips. Just close your eyes. Use exhalation to dial down the intensity. We're putting ourselves into a challenge. And you'll want to move. You'll want to get out. But when you experience yourself in stillness, you enter into a new way of using your mind. You can notice the nature of the mind and not act on some of the patterns of thinking and acting. We begin to eradicate these habits. 3 more breaths. To release, lean your weight forward. Step on your palms. Bring your knees together. Facing the front of the mat. We'll relax in a child's pose. Let your arms be beside you. Try to get more of your chest onto the hump of your frontal thighs. And soak your breath into the side and back of the ribs. Gently peel your chest off your legs. Bring your hands into Chin Mudra. And close your eyes. Tabletop. Chamatkarasana. The right shoelaces, dial them off the mat. To the right, they'll step onto your floor. Lean into the right hand. Take the left foot to the back of the mat first, and then also start sweeping it along the floor. Readjust the right leg so that you have a base that supports opening your throat and your chest and the front of your pelvis. Close your eyes. Become that observer, the drashta. Be the witness of the body in this shape. How the breath changes in this shape. And the fluctuations of your mind, the chitta vrittis. If you observe all of this phenomenon, you find a stillness. Notice the resulting peace. Look down to the right hand and start to unravel. Stepwise release. Sit in Vajrasana. Hands in Chin Mudra. Feel that resurgence of energy and awareness through your body. Become aware of your entire body. Breathe in to the full body. Second side, Chamatkarasana. I will change directions. You don't have to. I just have this fireplace behind me. Left foot. Bring the shoelaces out. Right foot step to the back of the mat. And then take that right foot behind the left. Adjust left leg. Open up into your back bend. A static pose. Back bends are invigorating and incredibly challenging. You've changed the shape of your thoracic cavity, and your lungs just can't expand as much. You can't pull in as much breath, and that can be scary. And this is a good thing. We're practicing. Deliberately evoking discomfort. Become the observer of this discomfort. And notice how that changes your experience. Count 3 more shallow breaths. Fourth breath. Slowly exit with your awareness. Sit in Vajrasana, hands in Chin Mudra. Feel that surge like electricity through the body. Now open your eyes. And keep your awareness close. Notice that the back is asking for the opposite. Spinal flexion, a forward fold. So we'll take our legs in front. Bring the left sole of the foot to the inner thigh so that you have this 90-degree angle here. Reach your arms up to the sky. Reach them forward along with the spine and interlace your fingers at the foot. You can bend the right knee. Bend your elbows. And pull the crown of your head towards your toes. Pull on the toe mounds so that your heel is the most forward and your toes are reaching to your head. If you can, start to flatten the back of your knee down to the mat. Let your head drop down to the shin. Pull the tummy in and lengthen. Strengthen your biceps. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the fold. Now inhale, rise up. Hands to Chin Mudra. Whenever you bring your hands into this mudra, it is like an invitation to this present moment. Capture the feeling. Switch legs, second side, Janu Shirshasana. So we often do this where we bring, say, the left leg out, but this time we're keeping the pelvis at the 90-degree angle, the legs rather. Pull the arms up, reach forward, opposite interlaced grip at the toe mounds so that you're pulling the foot, it's pointing towards you, the heel is the most forward. Bend the elbows. Crown of the head reaches for the toes. Come into stillness. Experiencing yourself in stillness is the most direct way to experiencing yourself with clarity. That's an inner stillness. When one becomes practice at that, one can find that inner stillness even within the constant movement of the body and the outer world. Become the observer of the body in this shape, the breathing. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the fold, head to the shin. Inhale, come up. Hands to Chin Mudra. Breathe. Take the right leg forward. Lie on your back. Knees stay bent. We're going to go into a back bend after that forward fold. So option 1, come into the Setu Bandhasana bridge. Interlacing the arms, the fingers underneath you. Lift the heels up. Option 2, Chakrasana, the wheel. All options. Strengthen the muscles in your back to deepen your curve. Strengthen your glutes. Close your eyes. Become clearly aware of your breath. And look into Chitta Kasha, the closed eye space. Three, 2, 1. Slowly release your back bend. And from this back bend, we go straight into the Shavasana. Connect to your beating heart. And ask yourself, what is stillness? Let stillness wash through your body and through your mind. And as those little thoughts tug you away from this newfound quietness, just notice the thought itself. Does it appear as a visual or as language? If language, whose voice is it? As you capture that thought, it just fades away. And this is the practice, to keep noticing what the mind is up to. Catching each thought. And once you catch that thought like a snowflake, it melts away. Count down 5 more breaths. Step your right foot on the mat. Gently roll onto your left side. Make your way up to a seated, cross-legged position. Come back to that quietude. Paying attention to the sensory experience of your body and your breath, and noticing the thoughts will help you enter back into that stillness. Just being mindful. Whatever is appearing in this present moment. One teacher said, mindfulness is the antithesis of and antidote for distraction. Mindfulness is the antithesis of and the antidote for distraction. It is the thing that breaks the spell of being lost in thought and the identification with thought. And again, ask yourself, does this practice help you see some of your unconscious patterns and beliefs? Does it help you let go of some of your unconscious patterns and beliefs? Does it help you practice forming new ones, which are aligned with self-realization? As you sit here in meditation, I'd like to read you a poem written by Richard Wagamese in his book, Ambers, One Ojibwe's Meditations. I was reading this and it inspired today's class. I am my silence. I am not the busyness of my thoughts or the daily rhythm of my actions. I am not the stuff that constitutes my world. I am not my talk. I am not my actions. I am my silence. I am the consciousness that perceives all these things. When I go to my consciousness, to that great pool of silence that observes the intricacies of my life, I am aware that I am me. Bring your hands into Namaskar. From that place of the observer that is inherently peaceful and benevolent, let us send metta, loving kindness, well wishes out to all things animate and inanimate. We'll do that by chanting an Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Shanti 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 Thank you, everyone, for taking your time to practice. Hari Om Tat Sat.